Greetings, internet drinking buddies. My name is Link, the show's name is Tubbin and Chuggin, and on this episode, I'll be imbibing Midori. Welcome back to the tub, everybody. I was recently doing an audit on my liquor area. I noticed I was getting a little dangerously low on mixers, liqueurs, things of that nature. A refresh was called for, and given that, I thought it was a good time to take a look at one of my favorite liqueurs in Midori here. Midori was created in 1964, inspired by the founder of Suntory, best known for their whiskeys, Shinjiro Tori's desire to create a Western fruity liqueur. He chose the Japanese muskmelon, which is kind of like a cross between a cantaloupe and a honeydew, although far sweeter, as the basis of the drink. The original name was Hermes Melon Liqueur, and it was changed to Midori, which in Japanese is simply the word for green. And green it is, if you take a look at the bottle here. Well, that is mostly added food coloring. Midori comes in at $20 for a fifth and 20% APV, which is going to translate to $2.67 per drink, putting us pretty firmly in wine territory, which is pretty expected for liqueurs. Now, I love this stuff, probably too much, and as a result I drink it straight, which is generally not advised. So, although I will be doing that out of this little baby Himeji Castle shot glass, I mean, this is Tubbin and Chuggin after all, I'll also be taking one of the recipes straight off the bottle, making a Midori melon ball, which is basically a screwdriver with an extra part of Midori. So with that out of the way, let's get to the toast to green drinks and green energy. Disgustingly sweet in a way that caters to me. Maybe it caters to some of you out there, but probably not to many. It is a very strong, almost sticky taste. This thing will stick to like anything if you accidentally leave it out, so be careful with your sort of treatment of the bottle. It gets stuck to like your bar area if you leave it out for too long. A sticky taste in a way that it really does taste like green. I've mentioned this before with sort of these artificial sweeteners, right, and the food coloring in it, in that it really tastes like an artificial kind of color more than it tastes like a sugar or anything. Runts I brought up before as an example for that. Well, this one is the Japanese muskmelon, which is an uncommon fruit. You probably never had it if you haven't been to Japan or live near Japanese grocers, but like I said, it's kind of a cross between a cantaloupe and the honeydew, green kind of melon things, and the muskmelon is much sweeter. I don't think that's necessarily true to the flavor in the Midori here. That's definitely much more of an artificial kind of sweetness, again that kind of stickiness to it, which makes it in shot form kind of odd to be sure. I'm kind of weird in the way that I like it. I think it definitely makes more sense as a mixer overall, and pricing wise, like, doing shots of this for what you're getting, not the best value, and kind of an odd overall taste to have. So let's try it with our sort of vodka orange juice screwdriver with a little bit of Midori mixed into it. Cheers. It's subtle. It's a subtle effect to it, which I'm actually kind of surprised by, given how, obviously colored this is just orange juice and a shot of, what's the name, Stoli. But you can see how much the food coloring in the Midori has changed the color of what would just be a screwdriver looking thing. It tastes mostly still like a screwdriver, but what you get is a little bit of that kind of, because the orange is like the citrusy effect, and this is more of a watered kind of down melon, which I thought it would be much stickier and sweeter, but it's more mellow. of like really primarily orange juicy, that thing like you would get from a screwdriver, with a vodka thing, and then there's like a hint maybe of the Midori. It's definitely there, it's just not, it doesn't dominate the taste at all, and as a result it's kind of forgettable that it's in there. You might just think of it as kind of like a slightly off tasting orange in your screwdriver, as opposed to getting really residue of the muskmelon. It's hard to say if that makes it worth it, honestly, because it has such a strong taste when you drink it straight, that sort of sipping on it in a mixed drink is really just the color that you're getting from it. You are getting perhaps a slight increase in percentage. I'll have to do the math here to see if that's right or not, because you're adding 20% to a 40%. Well, you're adding 20% to a 13. Here's the math. I'll tell you if it's more or not. Yeah, really in the aftertaste is where you get the most of the Midori. It's not strong, and maybe if you like have Midori somewhere, you open up, you smell it, you get a very clear whiff of the artificial stickiness to it right off the bat. And in this, it's so much subtler that perhaps it's more of what people are going for. Maybe I'm just kind of diluted to it at this point that I can't taste it as much. I can see it's there. I could do a blind taste test with this and a normal screwdriver for sure. The end taste is there. It just, I don't know how much trouble I'd go through to add it to a normal drink. In the aftertaste, it changes from orange to more of a sweet thing. It's subtle, it's there, it's just, again, I don't think it's all that worth it to add it to this. But maybe that's just me. I'm kind of weird in that I like it to be, you know, excessively sweet, so, yeah. I think what it's going to come down to is whether or not you find that sweet stickiness appealing, and how much of it you could notice in things. For the most part, you only want to be pouring like a shot or two of it worth it. So maybe see if you can find it in the little shot bottles that they sell it in. Try that to a drink, give it a smell, maybe give it a little like kind of licking taste to see how it tastes to you before you go out and buy it. It's kind of pricey in its range. It's a niche product for sure, but it's one I like. I wanted to try it with an actual kind of cocktail. It wasn't for me, but it might be for you. As always, let me know if there are other alcohols you'd like to see me review. Please, drink responsibly.